Hello, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Uh, Good morning, happy Sunday. We continue our conversation about energy and what hurts our energy and how to fix it and how not to allow the leakage of energy into the outside world. Remember, I hope you watched the first two videos. Today is the third one, the last one, at least for now. But remember what I always tell you: you have an aura, and within that aura, you have enough energy for you, for your life, for your health, for your wealth, and for everything that you want. So if you have some kind of aspirations, some kind of ideas, you have enough energy. Or if you don't have enough energy now, you have big enough aura to allow that. So if you have a dream of like living like really luxurious lifestyle, you have enough capacity for that. If you wouldn't have enough capacity for that, you would never have this idea, you see. So I know quite a few people who are very happy with very little, and they genuinely happy. It's not like they just give up. They never dreamt about nothing. Like I have a friend who always wanted to have a husband, two kids, and their own apartment and go on vacation once a year. She's really truly happy. I mean, she obviously has some kind of issues here and there in her life, but I told her, "Don't you want to travel more? Don't you want?" And she's like, "No, but if I travel more, then I will miss my home." Like this. So you have enough for your own ambitions, for your own kind of desires and everything. If you ever think that you dream too big, or if somebody ever told you, "Oh, you want too much," don't listen to those people. They only show you your fears. You never want too much. You want exactly as much as you are allowed to have. Now, on the other hand, if you want, for example, to be a famous writer, like a very famous socialite, and this, sometimes maybe you don't have enough energy for everything at once. Then you would just need to kind of prioritize your life and your desires. But you will have enough for all of that in your life. Like me, for example, I don't want to be socialite. I never wanted to. So for me, I mean, yeah, I do have other ambitions, but this was never my ambition. So when my clients even tell me, "Well, don't you want to go to these parties? Don't you want to be on the spotlight?" I'm like, "No, like the scariest thing that could happen." So again, you have enough. So now to keep enough, so you have an aura. It's like you would say, like a glass. Now your aura could be full or empty, or could be a little bit empty, or overflowing. Now when you're overflowing, then you probably will be giving out a lot. Like for example, if you have more money than your aura allows, then people will start asking you for money. You will be doing a lot of charity and stuff like that. Now, if you don't have enough, then you will try to find that energy, and you will feel not yourself. You will feel like you want to protect yourself all the time in your aura. So we're talking. I'm doing these videos for you, so you can find where you're leaking the energy, where the energy is missing, and why you're not feeling the way you want to feel. So, anyways, I already did two videos. I hope you did watch them, and I hope you found already and eliminated those leakages. Because if you don't eliminate, some of them might be draining you for years, your whole life. So maybe you had like a traumatic experience with the teacher in your preschool. Until now, you still kind of remember this, and you like feel like you drain energy, you leak energy into that situation. So you need to stop that. You need to keep energy always within your aura, within yourself, and so you can live, you can accomplish in life, you can receive things that you want without any kind of problems. Now with age, we tend to lose on our energy, our aura becomes like shrinking little by little. This shouldn't be allowed. It's nature, but ideally we should expand and never shrink. All right. So I hope I inspired you to work with your energy and watch for it to never be abused, or never drain your energy out. Only allow energy to go into something that you want. And let's continue. Let's continue with our list. So I think I did this. Okay, the unfinished stuff. So Another one I wanted to mention that we do waste a lot of energy on is planetary movements. Um, Now, you will tell me, well, how does that actually? I will tell you how. Right now, there are planets, a lot of planets in air and in water. So we have this watery kind of airy energy. And if you notice the last couple of weeks or so, you feel maybe a little unstable, a little emotional. It's like you're looking for threats all the time. You are not sure what to do. No, not from Sweden. You're not exactly confident because there is no earth and there is no fire, so you don't act and you're not grounded enough to feel good in where you are. Now when you know this, as I know that right now, okay, the energy is like that, so that's fine. I know that this is just time for me to kind of to think about the future energy of air and to kind of to observe my emotions, and yeah, I know. So I know this is just a period, and it will finish. There will be a new period. So I don't really waste energy on this. But I know people who are really getting into this. Like today the moon is in Cancer, and some people might get emotional, and so yeah, formal one. And some people might get emotional. They would put a lot of energy out just because the moon is in the wrong sign. It's like it's very strange for me. But that's why I like astrology. I'm not really an astrologist, but I like astrology because you can observe what's going on the sky, and this way you can influence it and not waste energy. This is not a big one. I noticed it in people who are most sensitive, like people who have a lot of water in them, could be. But for the most part, it could be an energy drainer, and we could not really fight the big energy bodies that planets are. So what's the point, really? What's the point of fighting? What? No, I'm not. What's the point of fighting something that you could not fight? You better use that energy for yourself. All right, so that's really a small one. The next one will be cluttered space. And about the cluttered space, I speak often. I don't only speak often; I also have a couple videos on that, and I constantly tell you to clean your space. And I'm not a neat freak, Yes, my space is clean and neat and all the time. What is more, but I'm not like particularly. I'm afraid of germs or nothing. No, it's not like this. I'm a Reiki master, and I need my energy to flow. And since my house, well, my apartment, my car, my anything is continuation of me, I need to make sure that continuation of me keeps my energy harmonious. So if I would have a lot of stuff like just piling up all over, the energy would not be able to flow that good, and it will make my energy not harmonious but more chaotic, more maybe even um, like wild, I would say. So I always tell my clients, my friends, even anybody who I really know, I don't exactly tell them, oh, you need to clean, look at this big style you're living in. No, but I'm telling them that look, if you want to harmonize the energy within you, you need to harmonize the energy, uh, and you need to harmonize the energy around you. So this is clutter really takes a lot of energy. If you think it doesn't, it does. Especially when it's cluttered for a long time. So if you have boxes standing for like months and years, this stagnant energy. It's just not moving. So you need to at least move them around a little bit if you don't want to unpack them. But that's what's happening with the energy. All right. So the next one will be expectations. Now, as if you know me, you know that I always tell don't have expectations. Why? Because expectations are energetic pressure on you, on the situations and on people around you. For example, you woke up today and you have particular expectation. Today is Sunday, beautiful day, sunny, at least here. And you're like, okay, so today is supposed to be an amazing day. You see, the day just starting and you're already putting huge pressure on that day. Like the day is not a person, is not some kind of item, but there is already pressure. You're putting pressure on yourself because you have particular expectations. You have the pressure, you're putting the pressure on the day. Now, that would really drain you, because now you have the expectation that you need to live up to. I don't say that you should that you shouldn't have expectations. You more like should have standards. When you have standards, then you don't create energetic pressure. And I have a video on standards versus expectations. I will put it in the description of this one. But when you have standards, it's something like, okay, you wake up today and you're like, I'm going to have the amazing day today. So it's not the day that has to make you happy. It's you who decide, no matter what will happen, this day is going to be amazing. I will make sure that the perception is right and the day will go as I want it to go. Like this. Would be much better. The same in a relationship. If you are with somebody, instead of hoping and kind of and waiting for another person to make you happy, you decide that in this relationship I will be happy, or at least in this relationship will be interesting if you don't know the person yet. Like this, with standards, you're not pushing the energy out. You see, here's your aura, and when you have an expectation, it's like you pushing your energy out to go and find you that satisfaction. When you have standards, the energy stays within, and you're like, okay, I will make myself happy. So energy is your energy is within. It's not wasted somewhere outside looking for that happiness for you. You see, it doesn't make no sense. You can only make yourself happy if your energy is present within you. Only with your energy you can make anything at all. Your energy can be outside hunting for some kind of satisfaction for you, but it will never find, because only inside it can find something. So expectations are energy drainers. And trust me, I used to be a person who had expectations for everything and everybody, including myself. And it was very energy draining, especially when the expectations were not met. And I would be like, I knew this, it would not, it was very disappointing. And the more disappointed it is, the more I would get upset, and the more energy I would drain on this. With expectations, you're always a victim. So you always are kind of like somewhat, it's like you, okay, I know it's not going to happen, so might as well start preparing to be disappointed. So a victim will never be a winner. You need to choose which one you want to be. You're welcome. And so you need to make sure that you are not a victim, that you're always a winner. And a winner has standards, not expectations. Expectations is you basically give outside world power to make you either happy or unhappy, to make you this or that. It's like, and you are sending the energy as a bribe for that happiness. You see, it's a very very kind of tricky thing to do. You might lose, you might send the bribe, but you never will get nothing back. And now you don't have the energy, you don't have the happiness. So keep the energy inside, have the strong standards, and you will see how much better your life will be. It is very important. I always tell everybody, especially my clients, never have the expectations, especially in the relationship, any kind of relationship. If you are a mother to your kids and you expect them, sometimes, yeah, and you expect your kids to be to do particular things for you, I mean, they really don't have this expectation. Them, don't put pressure on them. The same with the man. If you expect him to do something, I mean, again, not if he doesn't perform according to your standards, okay, then don't socialize with him. But don't really expect him to guess and do something. Anyways, I have the whole video on that, so I'm not going to get into this. But expectations are really, really. It's like comparing yourself. It's already a position. It's already like a losing position. Like if you start comparing yourself, then you believe that somebody might be better than you. If you have expectations, then you believe that somebody else has the power to make you a particular way. You see, like if you play in the lotto, if you have the expectations, you will always get disappointed if the ticket is not winning. But if you don't have the expectations, if you do it for fun, then chances are very high that you will be winning much more often. So again, watch yourself. Don't have the expectations, especially expectations for somebody, for something, for the situations, for the people, for particular, I don't know, events. Especially if you are traveling and you have this huge kind of. I remember I went to this event like a couple months ago, and I really had high expectations because everybody was telling me how amazing it would be, and I didn't follow my own kind of rule. I did actually, and I had the expectations, and I was very disappointed. And then I told myself, Anastasia, you disappointed because you had expectations. If you would go there just to see what's going on there, that would never happen. And this is what it is. So no expectations, have standards. You see, just what happened with me. I went to that event. It wasn't up to my standards, so I stayed there for a little bit and I left. I mean, what I'm going to do there? If it's not up to my standards, what's the point of betraying myself? And I went and I had lunch with my friends, and we had an amazing time, much better than at that event. So again, I made it myself. I didn't stay there and I didn't complain. I just went with something that was up to my standards. Okay, so the next one is overindulgence in emotions. I don't know whether you believe in it or not, but we're kind of we are supposed to feel one emotion. So we feel one emotion only. I think it's I think it's 48 seconds. So you don't feel an emotion longer than less than a minute. So you're supposed to feel only less than a minute. So somebody cheated on you. You're supposed to feel betrayed for 48 seconds, and that's it. That's it. You don't feel it no more. But you will tell, well, but I've been feeling this for the last month or something like that. I feel betrayed, disappointed for months. Okay, so you don't. What happens is your mind is bringing again and again and again this thought, this particular thought, and you keep like, and you keep thinking this 48 seconds again and again and again and again. So I like why the mind does it, because mind is protecting you. You know, somebody told you your man is cheating on you. You obviously, like, it's a threat. You know, something that is yours is not yours anymore. You feel betrayed. Now you had a huge shock, and now for your mind needs to protect you from these shocks, because shock is not good for your body, obviously. So the mind start bringing up different ideas. Did he stay late? Did he not come home? You know, a couple nights ago, and the mind is looking for more threats like this. You are not supposed to allow this to go on for some time. Like, fix that problem, solve something, or tell yourself, I will think about this after or something, but don't go on thinking about something that doesn't give you pleasurable emotions. Again, emotion lasts only, so it's less than a minute. I think, I'm pretty sure it's 48 seconds, but it's always less than a minute. If you think about something for 2 hours, then you just kind of rerunning it in your head again and again and again. There's no point. Now when you do that, you spend a lot of energy on this kind of on looking for threats. Looking for threats is very energy draining for your mind and for your body. So what you need to do, you need to make sure you're not doing that. You need to make sure that you're not spending energy on something like that. You can spend money on creation, on nurturing your projects, even on building relationship with somebody else, instead of spending all your energy on finding out whether the man is cheating on you or not. I mean, if the man is unfaithful to you, it's up to him to prove to you that he should be faithful, that he's faithful. I mean, if somebody would tell me your man is not faithful to you, I mean, I don't know how fast how fast I will be out of that relationship, and then it's up to him to prove me that I'm wrong, if that is really a valid kind of concern of mine. But I would spend my energy into maybe spending time with myself, healing myself if it really hurt me, or even socializing with other men, instead of kind of trying to justify the claim or justify my man about this kind of slander. So again, it's not really my problem, and you shouldn't be spending. Or if, for example, you have another problem. Let's imagine you are not making enough income. Like, maybe you're not as wealthy as you want to be, so you're scared. And now, because you're scared of what might happen if you don't make enough money, that thought comes on and on and on in your head, and you keep thinking about this. You spend a lot of energy on this thought, on what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do, instead of you spending energy on finding the ways, or maybe filling up the resume, the applications, or looking for a job, or looking even for opportunities how to make money. You right now spend a lot of energy on fear about what am I going to do when money will run out, or if I will not make enough or something. So again, overindulgence in emotions. This is especially relevant for feminine people. So people energy of earth and water, they tend to be stuck in emotions. Masculine men and women are not really that emotional, and I admire them for that. They could get very angry very fast, and then they will be they will be done with that anger in no time. So again, if you have a lot of energy of water, especially water can get really really, really need to watch themselves, or else you need to make sure that you are not hanging in those heavy emotions. All right. Again, feeling emotions are good, and I already spoke about this. If you don't allow your emotions out, that would be also bad for your energy, because energy becomes stagnant. It become a lumpy like this. But overindulgence in emotions is bad as well, also, because you spend too much energy into emotion that's just on repeat. It's like again and again and again the same thing. Like where people with with mind, I mean, might as well use it for something else. Okay, the next one is um, so I always say that there are no energetic vampires, and I will die on that hill. So I will always kind of prove that to you. But people who are not on the same level are energy draining, and I will explain you why. So if I'm here and somebody's here, and then for some reason I decided to hang out with this person, so if we're on the same level, we get inspired, so we have an equal energy exchange. Now, if somebody's here and I'm here, we will need to meet in the middle. So look how I would need to fall down a little bit, and this person will rise. Now I need to fall, and falling is never a good. Yes, as soon as I finish. So again, you see, if I will fall, I will never feel inspired. I will never feel good. Usually, people hang out with others who are not on their level because they feel, I mean, they have this kind of sense of superiority, maybe, or maybe they feel like they're better than them, and it validates their ego or something else. So they always there is a reason why would you hanging out with somebody who is below on your than you energetically. I don't say that this person is bad. I just say that this person, that it would drain you to bring this other person up, like when somebody is I don't have too many people in my surrounding, but before I used to have, because I was like this myself. Like, for example, if I'm working out, I would drag all my friends to work out because I wanted them to be as healthy as me. Honestly, I was doing it for myself. I wanted to be this kind of this inspiration for them. It doesn't make when they didn't want to be inspired. So I would lower myself to kind of to bring them to my level, which is never a good idea. Or I remember I was socializing with some of my friends from childhood who are not on my level, not because I'm better than them, but because of their life choices. And they're happy with their life choices. I'm not the one who's supposed to, but my life is wider, and like I expanded more. Now, I wanted to kind of, I felt good socializing with them because I felt like I achieved so much more, which is wrong, because it's not about how much what you did or how much you achieved. It's about how happy you are throughout your life, and they are pretty happy where they are. But for me, it was like a validation of my ego, and when I realized that, I stopped kind of socializing. I still send happy birthday here and there, but that was for the most part it. So this is, again, it's not people who drain you out of energy, it's you giving them energy because it gives you something, some kind of sick validation. And is it the energy draining? Yes, it is energy draining, because you need to bring that person somewhat to your level. Will that person appreciate? No, because you bringing them up so they think they're amazing. Or, for example, you're a woman and you want to date, but there is nobody really in on your level who wants to date you. Maybe you're too masculine, or maybe something else. Maybe you don't believe that you are amazing enough. So you start dating a man who is not on your energy level. So, for example, a man who is poor or maybe not very healthy, and you decide, okay, I will make a man out of him. I will I will buy him amazing clothes, amazing cars, amazing everything. I will make him healthy and this and this. So you take him on a project. You will raise him up with your energy, and once you will raise him to your level, he will leave you. Why? Because men on your level don't want to be with you. So again, it's a waste really of your energy. Don't do that. And I see that, well, not right now, but I used to see it a lot when and I even had the couple short-term relationships like this, where I was picking up a man because he was an easy target. He was worshiping me, and I was like liking that kind of attitude towards me, and I allowed him to be. Yeah, and I basically dropped myself to raise him up a little bit because I thought once I will raise him up, he will appreciate me. Of course, he didn't. One guy he started indulging himself in something that he shouldn't be in, and so I broke up. And another one started cheating on me, which also was a first no for me. So again, it's not the people who drain in you; it's you draining yourself when you are trying to pull those people into your level. So socialize only with people who are inspiring, who are somewhat on your level. For example, I have friends who are not super successful in their careers. I have friends who are housewives. They never even work. They never did nothing. They never earned $1 in their life. But they're successful as the wives of their husbands. They're successful as mothers. So this is inspiring to me. You see, you don't have to only like find friends that are in the same field as you are, that are successful in the same field, but they have to be somewhat inspiring and interesting to you. And how do you know whether the person is on the same level? Is when you talk to them, you are like, you're curious, you're interested, you want to continue conversation. If you feel like you just want to be done with this conversation, then the person is not on your level. All right. That's that. Again, there are no energetic vampires. Nobody would pull the energy from you. I have a question. Ask. I will continue and then I will answer your question. Again, people are never draining. They can try to grab you, and I will answer this question. I have the question like this, but they are not. There's no energy vampires. You willingly give energy to other people, and usually for your kind of, it's like men who have a lot of money. They buy beautiful girls. They give them money because they want to be surrounded by beauty. So again, it's not the girls who are draining them out of money. It's them who is willingly giving the money. You see. So there is if you don't want, don't give the money, but you do want because you want to be validated. You want to know that you can get this beautiful kind of model looking woman into your life. All right. The next energy drainer. I will answer that. Give me a minute. I will finish 3 more and I will answer that. That's kind of deep. So if the next one is catering too much to the feelings of others. Now, you would think that this is not an energy drainer, that this is just a common courtesy. No, it is a huge energy drainer. Why? Because we're supposed to be focused only on ourselves. People love people who love themselves. If I will be going around and thinking, did I say something wrong? Am I mean to that person? It creates energetic pressure. So the other person feels this kind of uneasiness. So you don't need to, you should kind of be courteous to others, but you should not overindulge into that. Like, for example, you said something that you think the other person might find offensive, and then you think about this and you analyze, and then you go and you're like, what do you think? I hope you're not mad at me. Did I say something? I shouldn't have said something like this. Okay, it's cute for a little bit, but it's very energy draining for you, and another person will kind of start limiting the socialization with you because you are that much. It's especially important for people who are feminine. So again, people energy of earth and water. They overanalyze themselves. They believe they need to explain themselves to others all the time. They worry about whether they offend somebody or not. They're like almost forcing to connect with the person a little more when you shouldn't be. We connect energetically. Like some of my friends, we could be not rude but somewhat abrupt with each other, but I never think about that they might get upset. If they will tell me, but luckily we never really are rude like that. But we want to say, if I would be thinking, I would be, hey, are you sure you're not upset with me? It's like I'm giving the seats to the other person, and they would be like, yeah, maybe I am upset with you. Let me think on that. Let me get back to you. So again, catering too much to others, like trying to predict what they will like, what they will not like, what I should say, what I shouldn't say is no good. It's a very energy drain for you. Remember, you need to keep your energy within your aura. It never should go outside. So when you're thinking about the other person, it's like you sending all your aura, all your energy, all your energetic soldiers to go and and invade the aura of the other person to make sure that the other person is not upset with you. It's not good. Only think about yourself. If you are, like, for example, if you are on vacation with your friends and you're constantly trying to please everybody, okay, so this one doesn't want to go out, this one doesn't want to go to dinner, this one this, and trying to kind of to make everybody happy. Look, it will not do nothing nothing for you. It will not nothing good for them. They will know that you're exhausting yourself for no reason, and they will try to kind of to please you or to avoid you, depending on their dominant energy. So again, do not do that. People love people who love themselves. Remember this, if this is the only thing that you will remember. Catering to others is making you their servant. Nobody loves servants, and it's basically draining you. We're talking about your energy right now, so it's very energy draining. Your energy should stay within you. Trust me, I know so many people who are so selfish in their life, and they have a lot of friends, a lot of connections. I'm their connection too, so obviously, and I see no issues with them. They are not using me for their benefit. They are very self-focused, and I love that. They are not putting any kind of pressure on me. They're not having any expectations on me. They do what they like to do, so I know they are always happy, and that makes them very desirable because they are within their aura at all times. So be selfish if that's what you need to if that's what you need to be. Okay. Now, if you think also that you offended somebody and you need to kind of to apologize, then I would rather you go and apologize and move on from that than sit and kind of and think and analyze that situation. And then if you don't want to go to apologize, if you are like absolutely like, or if you don't have the opportunity to apologize, then rewrite the situation, change the perception. So decide that this situation is not as bad, that it's not as heavy, then that the other person didn't took it this way. Like I told you, long time ago, I rewrote the situation. I went with friends out, and it didn't go as I wanted to. It went really not too good. My friends, they like to drink, so it went out of hand for a little bit, and I was upset. But I knew that this is the wrong feeling to feel. So when I came home, I sat over there and I rewrote the things that I said. I rewrote the whole kind of the whole interaction. I wrote everything, and I only went to sleep when I felt really good about the situation, like almost like it was just a joke, like we said certain things, but it was kind of funny. I woke up, most of them wrote to me like, hey, is everything good? How is everything? Let's go for lunch and this and that. So again, if you fix the situation right there, don't sit and don't think about this and don't try to analyze it for too long. Fix it somehow. Let it be bad fix, but as long as you are not as not your aura is not over there outside somebody else's aura trying to see how they feel about it. And I think no, one more and then the last one. Okay, so the next one is um, very energy draining for people, energy of earth especially, replaying past in their mind or thinking about the future. So you're powerful when you're in the present. Your energy stays here. You see, this is your aura right now. This is your energy right now. You can influence past or future only from your present position. You could not do nothing, neither for your present, nor for your future, nor for your past uh, from uh, from past or from the future. You only can influence anything from now. So you here and now. And so what do? You need to make sure that you're not sitting in the past and you are not thinking about the future. You should have an idea about what you want to do in the future, but you should not be. So this is how it looks like. For example, you go through your life and you know that in 2 months you're going to start a new job. So you don't pay attention to your life right now. You only think about how you're going to live once you will get that job. It's good. It inspires you, but you could not give up on a life now. You need to be present here. If you only will think about the future and how amazing your life will be once you will get the job, you will put a lot of pressure on that job, and who knows, it might even not become yours. So do not, enjoy your present right now and think that, oh, okay, so once I will get my job, it will be a little different, but I'm loving what I'm having right now, like this. And this is very important. Even if you think it's not, it is really very important because for your energy. It's very important, not only for your mind, but for your energy as well. Because this way, your energy is not like a yo jumping from one dimension to the other, from one time frame to the other frame. It stays where it's supposed to be, with your past as your kind of your security, your strengths, and your future is your inspiration. So you're moving slowly forward, but you are not jumping here from here and there. Like, for example, how does it look when you are constantly in your past? This is, I told you last time, when all the people are always, oh, my youth, it was so amazing. I mean, we had such an amazing time. I had such good friends. We used to hang out all the time. Okay, but your youth was good, but it was good because you were in the present. Your youth is not your years now are not good because you're over there. You're in the past when you're supposed to be here and enjoying the present. The present is always amazing. I mean, I remember my student years. I love them. It was nice. I remember when I first came to United States, I also liked it. I remember when I traveled, the countries, I like them, but I like myself right now. I like the countries that I traveled to, but I love where I am right now. So it's like I'm happy that I did all that, but it's not like it's not better than what I have now. You see, nothing, not even my house. I could have eat like a whole bunch of croissants and never gain a pound. Now it won't do that. But maybe I don't even need to eat that many croissants right now. Maybe I should be more mindful of what I'm like what I'm eating. It would be better for my health and for my energy as well. So again, do not sit in the past or in the future. There is no point. This was my mistake with the future, though. I always was overthinking the future, not even overthinking, but over analyzing, like over planning, something like that. So I never really, especially when I was young, and I think a lot of people do that. When I was younger, I never truly enjoyed the present moment because I was like, okay, so once I will finish the university, then I will do this. Once I will get the job, then I will do this. It's like never, there was never happiness. Well, and I think I was like this till maybe 25 or so, until at one point I realized that the time goes by and I'm never enjoying nothing, always hoping for the next milestone, always hoping that the next milestone will bring me happiness. So I stopped with that, and especially in my 30s I became like really more focused on kind of on present. I do plan my future. I obviously have some ideas and everything, but I am really enjoying where I am right now, and no matter where I would be, I would still enjoy it. So, and I have to remind myself this is my issue. I don't really hang in the past often. I mean, maybe sometimes when I go through my camera roll and I just look at the pictures, so I remember, oh, it was nice we went there, or it was nice I was dating this guy, or this and that. But I never in the past I hardly ever sit. But in the future I tend to, like, I believe, okay, so once I get there, I will be super happy. And I need to remind myself to stay in the present, because only the present can influence the future, the past, the present, and everything else around me, any kind of other time frames that and reality that I can switch myself to. So again, stay in the present. Make sure don't jump around in hopes to find something that's not in the present. That makes your energy very vulnerable when it's like this, when it's jumping here and there. Your energy should stay within you and be healthy within your present now, not somewhere in the past, not somewhere in the future. Okay, and the last one, I think the last one is unhealthy body. And I'm not talking about you being too skinny or too chubby. I'm not talking about you having some kind of issues, health issue, but mm, your body corresponds to is your first energy field in your aura. So your root chakra corresponds with your physical body. Then your second chakra corresponds with the next energy body that we don't see already. Well, that most of the people don't see. And then the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh. So there is more of them, but let's say the seven, right? So you have six energy bodies that you don't see, and then one energy body that you see. This is your physical body. Now, your physical body is it has to stay healthy. Why? Because it roots all the energy, so it grounds the energy that you have. If your physical body is deteriorating, your energy will not be able to ground to it and stay within the aura. You see, that's why when a person is dead, there's no more. The energy eventually will move itself from that body, because nothing grounds to that person, the energy to that person. So you need to make sure your body is healthy. And I'm not talking again about somebody being obese or not, because I know people who have really extra weight, but they're very healthy themselves, maybe because they're young, or maybe, but they have no problems with any kind of problems. They don't have gut problems, they don't have liver, their liver is not not fatty. I mean, they don't have problems with their heart, they don't have problems with nothing. So you need to make sure that your body is healthy. I frankly don't care whether you will be too skinny or too skinny is also not too good, because I knew somebody, he was my client in my previous career, who was very slender. And he was always wearing, like, he was dressed very stylish, so I didn't really know that he had problems, but he had a serious problems, and he was losing weight because of those health problems. So I don't tell you to become super slender and that you will be super healthy. No, I just want you to be healthy, whatever healthy is for you. So if you are if you feel great when you are a little, like you have body around you, like you may be even a little chubby, then be that. It doesn't really matter, honestly. I had a Reiki master who was, I wouldn't say very slender. She was very, I would say, even like really chubby. And she knew that, and she's like, I feel good in my body, and it does not hurt my energy. When it will start hurting my energy, I will start doing something. But for her, it was normal. Now, for me, extra weight usually does not add to my health. So I know that for me to stay strong and to keep the strong energy around me, I need to stay healthy. I need to stay somewhat, in shape, in my shape that I'm used to. And now it's up to you again. I would rather you focus on having your inner organs healthy than watching your weight, because your healthy body is more important than how much you weigh. Honestly, it is. So, but the more unhealthy your body is, the more it hurts your energy. Why? Because you're wasting a lot of energy on fixing those problems within your body. And unless you will find the reason for it, you will be just wasting and wasting energy more and more and more, until your aura will shrink, and will become very almost non-existent. This is what happens when people have like serious problems with health. And I would caution you from them. Like, really, if you have some kind of issues, remember, your life depends on your energy. So if you have some kind of issues right now, if maybe your tooth is hurting somewhere, or like you have some pains that are coming here and there, find what it is, fix them, until it will become something bigger, because then you will be spending a lot of energy on that, and it will be very hard to fix something that is really big, and something that maybe not even fixable. So but unhealthy body is a very huge energy drainer. I have friends who have some kind of chronic illnesses. I have a friend who has migraines all the time, and I tell her this, because your energy is up all the time. I tell her this all the time, or like every single hour conversation we have on that, because every time she's like, my migraines, they're killing me, I'm taking so much pills. So one thing, that her energy is lazy, because she's taking so much pills. She's not fixing it. So every time she feels this pain, her energy is just basically forgets everything that she's doing and rushes to fix that pain somehow. So again, that's not the only kind of, I would say, unhealthiness in your body. And I would put unhealthiness in this little I don't know what is it called, but because it's not really unhealthiness. Is when you're pregnant, when you're carrying a child, then energy from your aura can kind of come inside and help you to create the child. But everything else, your energy should not be used for fixing your own body. It can be used, but not all the time, constantly. Just to heal. It's not right. It's like if you are it's like if you are throwing the poison in your body little by little, at one point your body will get used to the poison, will not react anyhow. So the same here. If you are not fixing the problem, your energy will be just like, will be wasted there for no reason. So anyways, but remember that your body is like an anchor that holds your aura around you. If your body is unhealthy, your aura will shrink. That's just it. And at one point, it will just leave your body, because your body is not strong enough to hold it. I mean, as long as you're alive, you will always have some kind of aura. But I would rather you have wider aura than this smaller aura for your own health. Now, how do I know that that healthy bodies have small aura? Because I do energy alignments. I can see that. Even when a person like I was doing this energy alignment for my client, and she was sick, so she was sick most of the month. She had nothing really, like I think it was maybe COVID, maybe flu, so something like something temporarily. And when she, and it was really, really bad for her. And when she came on energy alignment, her aura that's really white was like hardly filled with energy. I know she will replenish it once she became healthy. She was replenishing it, but can you imagine? This is only like I think she was sick for 3 weeks, only 3 weeks. But if you have a chronic some kind of problem, it's like all the time your energy is you basically wasting, replenishing. So it's no good for your energy, for you, and for your overall life. How could you focus on something else when you're focusing on how to replenish the energy within that's wasted on something that you could have fixed long time ago? Again, it is hopefully you understand that it's important. All right, I think I went over everything. Let me answer the questions that I have here. So most of the questions I answered to whoever was answering them, but I left a few questions because I think they were important. Okay, let me answer this question here. So the question is, I want to feel more like an equal to my man, but recently I feel like a child, like I want more power. Okay, you need to go in the beginning of the relationship always, because you and your man met like this. You would never meet if you guys would not be matched energetically. And probably when you guys met, you felt empowered, you admired him. So there was, you guys were somewhat equal. Then maybe he was caring for you, and he took over charge. And so he started overpowering you a little bit, and you became somewhat like somewhat like in the role of a daughter, and he became in the role of father, I guess. And it's uncomfortable for you. That's why you're asking me this question, because again, there is a gap. It's opening the gap between you. So you need to go back to the beginning of the relationship and start acting like you were acting there. Because in the beginning, we always act as equals, like a woman who is feminine, a man who is masculine, always. Because we act on emotions. We don't analyze anything. Go back to that and start acting. And make sure, do not raise your man up and don't lower yourself up. Remember, you guys match for a reason. You are equally, energetically, you are equally. Otherwise, he would have never came into your life. Like that would never happen, or you would not come into his life. You guys would never meet if you would not be on the same energy level. So if sometimes you have thoughts that, oh, he might be smarter, or he might be wiser, or anything, he might be smarter, but there must be something better in you. Otherwise, you would never meet like this. And if you will understand this concept, he will never be on a pedestal above you. So again, think about that. You guys met for a particular reason. So he might be, I don't know, maybe he makes much more money than you do, and you feel like almost like a burden to him. Well, maybe he makes a lot more money, but maybe you have a stronger energy than him. There's a reason why he wants to be around you. So let me know whether it makes sense. I hope it does. But this is what it is. Always go in the beginning of the relationship. In the beginning of the relationship, we act on our instincts instead of our what our mind give us, like analyze wise. All right. Let me answer a couple questions that I have here. The first question was so funny. Somebody asked me, what if I watch your videos? Am I like dissolving in you and sending energy to you? Like in the first video, I mentioned about dissolving in others. Okay, no, you are not. Why? Because when you watch my videos, look, you don't see nothing. You see me, the wall, and just the knowledge. I'm sharing the knowledge. You watching it, you getting the knowledge. Maybe I'm inspiring you a little bit. You're getting the inspiration. You dissolving in me would be if I would be on Instagram showing my whole day. I woke up, what I ate, where do I drink my tea, my balcony, my view, my this, my that, and you will be nonstop watching every single my story. And if that would be the case, then yes, you would be dissolving. Like you would wake up and you would need to see my stories right away just to see what am I doing, and and like you wouldn't start your day without me. uh, Lucky for me, I don't need the validation, so I hardly ever. If you if you watch my Instagram, I do post pictures, but those pictures are from my traveling. They're not even now. So again, you wouldn't like. I don't put any. I don't need this kind of validation. So, but a lot of bloggers, especially masculine ones, they this is how they feed on your energy. They put their life, and you are watching them, and you sending all your energy, you dissolving in your life, so you sending them energy. That's how they become popular, famous, and everything. You are feeding, not only you, but a lot of their followers are feeding them with this kind of with this energy. How do I know? Because I have them as my clients. So they come and they well, not too many, but a couple I do have, and I know how important it is for them. Like they put stories just so people will like them and send them energy. And if nobody likes those stories, if nobody is watching them, they are like they feel very like down. They don't have enough energy to operate, so they need to be fueled by the energy of others. And this would be dissolving in others. Now with me, you don't dissolve. More like I'm giving you energy just because I have that energy to give. But that wouldn't be you. You would you would dissolve in me if you're thinking about me nonstop, about not the knowledge that I'm giving you, but about my life. So, like for example, you come into the beach over here and you're walking around like, I can meet Anastasia. What if she will come out on the to the beach? What if I will just look at her just a glance? I mean, this is just not normal, but this is would be dissolving in me. Dissolving in knowledge, that's different. You are seeking knowledge. That's not dissolving in others. But it was funny. I thought it was funny. I decided to answer. Okay. I do hope. So another one is. So I mentioned once that people. I remember. So a few videos ago, I mentioned that I was on the beach and there was this guy who came and he wanted to grab my energy. But yet, I always say that people are not energetic vampires, so they couldn't really grab the energy. That it's impossible now. So I kind of contradict myself. That's what was the question. Now I don't contradict myself. People do try to grab the energy. The thing is that that energy will never be stuck with them. So somebody will come to me and will grab some energy out of me. They will take that energy, but that energy will never be dissolved in their energy because it's not natural for them. You see, and I will not feel drained because as soon as I will leave, I will take my energy back, and that energy will comes right after me. That's why when I socialize with people, I am drained only for a moment. As soon as I'm out, I take all my energy back, and my energy is back with me. I feel great again, and those people will feel empty again. But I'm powerful like this. I wouldn't allow. Now if I'm not powerful like that, if I would not take my energy back, what would happen to that energy? So let's imagine that the guy came, he sit on my ears, he talked to me, he grabbed, here and there my energy, he feels great. Now I'm leaving, I'm feeling kind of exhausted because he drained me out right now and he feels great. It will not stay too long. So it's momentarily, it's like it will stay maybe for 10-15 minutes, and it will be out of his system because it's not natural. Only if we are like married or if we're in a relationship and we're intimate, then maybe it would stick for a little bit. Notice how when you're intimate with somebody, it doesn't, that power of intimacy does not last too long. You exchange an energy, but unless it's really, really like, unless you're feeling really great, it doesn't last too long. You probably notice that with some men you're intimate and you just like you have these butterflies, you're walking around for days and days, weeks maybe, like in this kind of state of absolute pleasure. And with some men you're intimate and then you're like, okay, what's for lunch? So again, it takes like real effort for somebody to take your energy and then um, dissolve that energy within them. It's almost impossible. You have to be really strong. I'm a Reiki master. I could not just come and grab somebody's energy. I can influence them for them to give me the energy. My God. But But they will not. But I could not just come and get. Like for example, I can tell somebody, you know what, I will do a spell on you. You will be sick for the next week. I mean, I'm not going to do this. Obviously, no Reiki master will ever do this. But I can say something like this, and they will get scared, and they will think about this, and they will be sending me energy without them even knowing that. Again, but I didn't grab the energy. I just influenced them to give me that energy. It's not right. It's obviously not normal, but this is how it happens in real life. Again, nobody can take your energy. I guarantee you that. I'm a Reiki master. It doesn't work like this. Even me, I do energy alignments for clients. They need to ask, they need to give me something for it, so they pay me for it, so energy exchange, and then they need to accept. Only then the energy will come within their aura, and I'm sending them pure energy because it needs to integrate with their energy somehow. And I do it for the whole week, so to make sure that the energy is really settled, that really feels good, so it won't be just pushed away. It's like when you get when you hurt yourself, you have the immune cells that fighting that something, the microbes that come in from the outside. The same here. If I will stuff somebody's energy with my energy, they will feel for a little bit, but that energy will not be stuck. It will evaporate very, very fast. And unless I claim it back, it will be just out somewhere like a little cloud. So that's why you see often on TikTok and YouTube, people tell you, claim your energy back, because there's probably a whole bunch of little clouds that belong to you. And, they just flying around because you never claim it back. Okay, so that's another question. And one more question I wanted to answer. This is not really relevant that much to this topic, but it was asked about. I hope you watched the video that came out on Thursday. It was about a nurturer. So the role of a woman. Remember, there's 4 roles, right? So a woman, a wife, a creator, and a nurturer, mother. And if you want to be a self-sufficient woman, you need to make sure that all your 4 roles are developed throughout your life all the time. And I gave the video on the last role. The last role is the nurturer, or the mother. And even if you don't have kids, this role has to be is for everybody. So you're a mother all the time. You're a mother to your project. So if you go to work, then you are a mother because you're nurturing somebody else's project for energy exchange. And in that video, if you didn't watch, I mentioned that you need to get rid of all the projects that are imposed on you and you don't have any kind of energy exchange for it. For example, you work, right? So when you work, they give you some kind of benefits, they pay you, so you have energy exchange. Now, but if, for example, your neighbor left and told you, can you babysit my dog? And you're like, you don't really want to babysit your dog, it's an extra job and you don't really like dogs, but you couldn't say no, so you're taking that dog on. And you just putting this kind of, you take it on a project and you're nurturing the project that's not yours, has nothing to do with you. You don't get any kind of energy exchange, very energy draining, by the way. And I mentioned that you need to get rid of all the projects that are not yours. I mentioned that, and this is the question I got. How can I get rid of the projects that are not my own? If it's a sick aunt, who else will help her if there is nobody really to help? Let me tell you something. You got a sick aunt on your hands because you believe that you need to do something to be a useful person. It's either you don't have a project of your own, or you believe you need to be doing something. So you were programmed to do something. Like, I will tell you, this is kind of intimate, but I will share this. I was thinking to share, not to share, but I have grandparents from my father's side, and my grandparents always lived with my grandfather's sister. She was deaf, so when she was a teenager, she got sick, and she became deaf. So she never really married. She never had kids of her own, and they always lived together, 3 of them. So my grandparents and her, and so this her life story was like this. So first, their mother died, and she had to take care of her for so long. Then my grandmother died. She took care of her for so long. Then my grandfather died. She also took care. So all those deaths were not easy, and she was the one who was taking care of them all the time. And you will say, well, why is she having such kind of life, right? Why was she punished like this? Okay, I will tell you why. Somebody at one point when she was a teenager, hinted her that now, since she is deaf, she needs to work extra hard because she's a burden for this family, you see? So it got stuck in her head when she was not really. She always worked, so she had her own money, she had her own pension. She always was, a self-sufficient kind of woman. Yeah, maybe it would be hard for her to have her own whole house, but she never was a burden. She never was. She always worked, helped around the house, so she always was working. And but because of that perception that was stuck in her, she believed that she needs to work extra hard to earn her kind of her share of bread or whatever it is. And the situations happen, that the mother got extremely sick, so somebody had to take care of her, and then one after the other, like this. She I wouldn't say that she drew it into her life, but it happened because she expected of herself to work hard, you see. If she would never expect that, it would never happen, probably, or at least it would have never happened to her. So people who are taking care of others usually are in need of that. It's either they're earning love, or they're trying to prove something, like I'm good enough, or I'm deserving of something, of my place in this world. Or they're trying to validate their ego somehow. Like, for example, I took care of this person. Look how good I am. Like it's almost, you need to prove yourself that you can do something. Or maybe for some other, or maybe validation from others. Others people will be like, oh, you're so good. You take care of this person. God will reward you, or whatever, something like that. So there is always some kind of reasoning of why this happened to you. Trust me, if you know selfish people in life, in your life, if you will notice, those people never have the situation. Why? Because they will never do that. They will never allow themselves to be in that situation. Usually people who are stuck in situations like this, and with people who need care, are usually the ones who are trying to either prove something to somebody, to themselves, or they're earning love. They believe that to earn love, you need to be loved, you need to work hard, or you need to deserve something, or you need to like prove something, or you need to be extra something. You don't really, and this all happens in childhood. Your parents didn't give you love, and now, or maybe your parents were giving you love only when you were helping them, like I was reading this book, and there was a girl, so her mother was always very busy, so never really give her any love. But then her mother got sick, and the girl, she was. It was just a regular book, nothing super crazy. But yeah, but I liked how the author showed how her childhood pattern became her life, so to say. So one day, the mother got sick, and because she got sick, she didn't go to her job, and she didn't work, and she stayed at home, and the little girl was taking care of her. And the mother, now, she was very like, oh, you're such a good daughter, I love you, this and this. So they spent time, they bonded together, you see. So the girl realized that only when she cares about her mom, only when she's really like bringing her food, like doing this and that for her, only when she's loved. So what happened, she grew up, and then she got married, and her husband got into accident. It was nothing. It had nothing to do with this girl. It was actually like a mystery, something. Her life was shown through childhood, and so her husband got into accident, and he became bedridden. So she was taking care of him because she believed if she takes care of somebody, somebody will love her. You see. So again, if you think that nobody else will take care of those projects that are not yours, you're mistaken. Those projects will be taken care once you will realize that your energy should go only forward, not somewhere over there, not somewhere over there, not everywhere around the energetic system. You got your energy from your parents. You need to move it towards your children. If you don't have children, towards your projects, towards your towards your towards your TikTok channel, or whatever you have over there, towards your relationship with others. So energy has to only move forward. You could not be putting that energy towards some kind of some person that you don't even know just because you decide. That's not how the system works. You will get punished if you will move the energy there. You could not be just pushing energy all over the place. Energy only goes one way, and it's forward. So you, to make sure that energy only goes forward, you need to get rid of all these tasks, all these projects that are not yours. I even knew a family where so a young woman, she had her kids, she had a husband, and she had an aunt. Aunt was not childless; she had children, but her children were busy. One girl lived abroad; her sons were, I don't know, so nobody would take care of her. So this woman, she took her over to live with her family, with her kids, with her husband. And the woman lived. She was elderly, so she lived, and she was sickly, elderly and sickly. So she lived, and she was taken care of. And the woman, I guess, somewhere inside, thought that once she will pass, she will leave her apartment. At least it would have been logical, right? Because she lived with them, I think, 12 years until she finally, gave up on this life. And during these 12 years, the woman got divorced because the husband, I don't know, I guess he couldn't take it, so he got divorced. The children were not doing too good, but she was still taking care of the son. You see, because she was putting the energy somewhere where it didn't belong. And you know what happened when she passed? She actually left the apartment to her daughter that lived abroad and didn't even need that apartment. But that's the funny thing. The funny thing that you think that you will get rewarded for something that you're doing, you never will. People love people who love yourself. So again, get rid of all those projects. Somebody will pick it up. Somebody, somehow it will be fixed. Your projects are only yours. Well, worst case scenario, you can take care of somebody else's project if you get some kind of reward. So monetary reward, like you go, you work. This is you nurturing somebody else's project, but you're getting paid for it. That's okay. You can do that. I mean, that's normal. All right, so that's it on the questions. All the rest of the questions I answered. I will answer this one. Um, all the rest I answered privately. If you have any questions, do ask. I do hope you watch the video from Thursday. They're important. I'm just posting them, so I'm not like doing live or nothing. So please do watch them. If you want to be a well-rounded woman, self-sufficient, confident, feminine, you need to make sure all four roles are equally developed. You have to. There's no way around it. I tried, honestly. I tried. I try to be like, okay, if I have to be a feminine woman, then I only will focus on men. If I'm happy in my relationship, everything else will be. Okay, so you will be happy for 2-3 months, a year max, and then what? And then you will start being afraid that a man will leave you, and that's it. And everything, you will start falling apart. So all four roles are important, or they keeping you like this. In this way, you are not depending only on the man, only on the relationship. You're basically depending on yourself and the life that you live. All right. How do you release limiting beliefs? So you don't release them. You need to acknowledge them. First of all, you need to give them space. So you basically you find them and you acknowledge them. A lot of people don't really even allow themselves to think like that. So they have the limiting beliefs, but they pretend they don't. It's like unhealed traumas that we brush under the carpet. Like, no, I don't have it. No, like for example, I will tell you. I was talking to a client of mine, and I told her, what are your problems with money? Like, what is the beliefs? What do you have? And she's like, no, I have no problems. I'm really um, hi Nick. I really have no problems with spending with anything. But she was not truthful with me and with herself. She has no problems with spending if it's within her budget. So she has a budget for the month. So she spends this amount on food, this amount on going out, this amount on buying something else. As soon as there is some kind of unpredictable expense, she gets all nervous and all. Yes, it is live. um, she becomes all nervous because now she needs to dip into her savings, and she obviously didn't plan it. And again, is it comfortable? Is she comfortable? No, she's not. There's obviously a limiting belief somewhere. Maybe the limiting belief is, um, well, I'm not going to tell you what her limiting belief is, because she's for a particular reason, but it could have been a limiting belief of uh, like, she's only safe if she can control the situation. If she could not control the situation, then this is not safe, or something. Now, when I told her, when we spoke one time, second time, and she finally, yeah, you know what, you're right. I think it could be, because I told her, bring me the examples. Let's see how you reacted differently. And we start talking about this more and more and more, and then when only then she's like, yeah, you're right. So you see, she accepted it. Once she accepted that limited belief, she started reacting differently. So next time, I remember, it was funny, because next time she was driving to meet with me, and she had a flat tire, so there was a nail, and I guess, and she needed to fix it. That was an expense. You had to go and you have to do something. So that was an expense, not that much, but still an expense that's not really, was not planned for her. And so what happened? She reacted. She reacted differently at that moment. She called me, actually, and I told her, remember to react differently. Yes, it was unpleasant kind of situation, but she needed to react differently with the money kind of situation. So she told herself, okay, I'm fine. I have enough money. That's fine. I'm spending right now $200 on fixing this. The $200 will come somehow. I will find a way to make this extra 200. It's not a deal breaker, you see. So she basically, what you need to do with limiting beliefs, you need to accept that they are present, and then start reacting differently when they come up, because they come up in the moments of crisis. Usually, they don't just come up. Just because. I was talking about limiting beliefs. Do you have any limiting beliefs? And yeah, but the biggest issue I see with people is them not accepting or even acknowledging that they have them. So it's like they try to avoid it. Like, they believe, if I don't really, it's like little kids, when they are like this, when they close their eyes, and they believe that nobody can see them because their eyes are closed. This is so funny. So we act the same way. If I don't tell nobody I have this limiting belief, then I don't have it like this. But once there is even a belief that once you accept some kind of knowledge about yourself, this is halfway fixed. I feel like mine are deeply embedded. No, no, it's well, they all are deeply embedded, because they all come from childhood. You believe that they're deeply embedded um, because you continue reacting in the same way. If you will start reacting differently, you will see how fast it will be removed, and then you will react one time differently. You will see that it will not be as hurtful. Then the second time, third time, and at one point it will not affect you at all, and then these situations will not rise. Like, for example, in the relationship, the situations come really in relationship often. So, for example, you believe that if the guy goes somewhere without you, or the girl, you feel like they don't maybe like you, or they don't choose you, or they can abandon you. So you have this abandonment issue, and then um, this is so sweet. And then um, and then so the guy would leave once, and then you will tell yourself, oh no, I don't have, let him go. I mean, I have some things to do. So you would react differently for the first time. You would not be nervous. You would not panic. Then the next time he would go somewhere, he would go on vacation with friends, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. I will. I will go on vacation too, or I will do something with my girls or something. So every time you react differently, that limiting belief will become weaker and weaker and weaker. Honestly, it's not hard to fix. I mean, it needs courage to fix. I noticed that a lot of people try to avoid it. In my culture, people try to be victims. In United States and culture, people try to laugh it off. So they do not accept their problems. They laugh them off, like they don't take them seriously, so to say. But yeah, they hear, and they inside, and they hurt. So in my culture, it's more like, oh yeah, but I always was like, it always happened to me, like, um, you know It was interesting. What I don't know what you will do. Okay, any more questions, or should we finish this live? I hope I inspired you to work on your energy. Remember how important energy is. Very, very important. Everything depends on your energy. When I realized that, I'm like, I don't need to do nothing in my life but to keep my energy where it should be, and avoid triggers as much as I can. React on triggers as much as completely different, just so to make sure that that my energy stays where it should be. Remember, you have enough energy for everything in your life. You have the aura, a strong kind of protection that protects anything in from coming into your aura. Nobody can sneak into your aura. Nobody. It's impossible. I'm telling you. No matter how strong a person is energetically, no matter uh, how strong the energy is, they will never be able to invade. I'm pretty strong. In my circles, I'm known I'm pretty strong energetically, but I would never invade somebody's space. Not because I could not, it's because it's I'm not supposed, like, not, yes, this is true. I'm not supposed to, but I can't really. I can influence the person to let me in, but obviously I wouldn't do. But unless the person will let me in, I will never do. So it's like, those movies with vampires, when a vampire could not get into your house, you need to invite them in. I mean, this is just the same with your aura. A person will never invade your aura unless you invite them in. So how they will do that? I mean, there are a lot of ways they can tell. It could be a sweet way, like the guy would say, "Oh my God, I love you. Um, um, I love you so much. I do, like, we're soulmates and everything." And now you let him into your aura. He's very sweet. Now he's going to play on this. We're soulmates. Can you give me $100? We're soulmates. Can you do this for me? And you will play. You're giving him energy because he sneaked in. He influenced you, and you opened your energy for him. Again, you no matter what the person says, whether they say something mean or something sweet, you remember that your aura is much stronger than you believe, and nobody can get in. Nobody. Even if you are intimate with the person, and even if you shared like really strong bond and really a lot of emotions together, so you open the door for him, you open the energy, your energy mixed, like with everybody. Thank you. Like any kind of relationship, you mix the energy a little bit. At any moment, you can basically close the door and the person out, and return all your energy back to you. It's in your power. If you think it's not in your power, it's in your power. I guarantee you that. Just like other person can do the same too. So it's not like we're all strong. We all can manage our, like, people have wider energies, smaller energies, so they can. So somebody who has a bigger energy space will easier influence others who have a smaller energy space. But for the most part, that person with a smaller energy space can protect themselves just as well without letting anybody in. I hope it makes sense. But do please protect. Impressing others, doing something outside, thinking about the future and the past, wasting time on kind of on thinking about others, dissolving yourself in others, it just will not do nothing for your life. It will maybe entertain you for a little bit, but it will not do nothing. Only you present in your aura with your strong energy that doesn't fluctuate much. Only then you will be able to do something in your life. All right, that's it. Thank you everybody for being here, for being active. Let me know if you have any questions or any ideas for the future lives. I would love to have your ideas, and I will see you next Sunday at 11. Tomorrow is an amazing day. Hope you're excited as I am. Tomorrow, Pluto, our social planet, goes direct, and I'm super happy as a Scorpio stellium, Scorpio sun. Um, us and I'm really really happy for that. I hope you're also happy. I'm ruled by Pluto, so for me it's important. Always see where your ruler is at that moment. And also Venus moves into Libra. It's home. So we ladies will be very loved, very liked, and we will love ourselves very much. Right now it's not in the it's in Virgo, and Virgo is not really a happy place for Venus. But enjoy this time. I mean, enjoy yourself, enjoy man around you, dress beautifully. Libra and Venus in Libra is really um, Venus that enjoys kind of itself, enjoys being loved, enjoy to love, enjoys making money. Like it really feels good. Yes, ask. It's really a good place for it to be. So enjoy it. And with Pluto direct, finally, all those deep emotions and fears will be healed, so to say. All right. Thank you, TikTok, for being here. I do put a video every day on TikTok if you want to listen to them. It's mostly the same information, but just as a reminder every day, so you will keep it. You will keep the right focus throughout your day, so to say, because right focus is super important. Good energy is right, is good, but you need to have focus so your energy will go towards that that's something. All right, thank you very much, TikTok. I'll see you next Sunday at 11. Bye, everybody. Nick, hurry up with your question. Please do watch the videos from Thursday. They're important, really important. Okay, save the question for next time. Or send it to me in private. Bye, everybody. You can send it to me in private. Bye, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday. Let me know if you have questions.